Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about one of the darkest days in modern history, a day that shocked the entire world and changed it forever. This is the story of September 11th, 2001, the day known simply as 9/11. Stay with me as we walk through the events of that tragic morning, moment by moment, and see how it shaped the world we live in today. Part 1. The morning begins 1.5 minutes. On the morning of September 11th, 2001, life in America seemed normal. In New York City, people were heading to work. Children were going to school. And the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center stood tall against the clear blue sky. But at the same time, 19 terrorists belonging to Al-Qaeda were boarding 4 commercial planes. These were not ordinary flights anymore. They were about to be turned into deadly weapons. Part 2. The first attack, 2 minutes. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The explosion shook the city. Flames and black smoke filled the sky. At first, many thought it was just a terrible accident. News channels went live, and the world watched in shock. But this was only the beginning. Part 3. The second attack, 2 minutes. Just 17 minutes later, at 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 smashed into the South Tower, right in front of live television cameras. The truth was undeniable now. America was under attack. Panic spread across New York. Thousands of people tried to escape the burning towers, but many were trapped on the upper floors, calling loved ones for what would be their final goodbyes. The third and fourth planes, 2.5 minutes. At 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon, the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. In Washington, D.C., the heart of America's military power had been struck. Meanwhile, the fourth plane, United Airlines Flight 93, was heading toward Washington too, believed to be targeting either the White House or the Capitol building. But this time, the passengers fought back. They overpowered the hijackers, and the plane crashed in a field in Pennsylvania at 10:03 a.m. Those passengers are remembered as heroes who prevented an even greater tragedy. Part 5. The towers collapse, 1.5 minutes. At 9:59 a.m., just 56 minutes after the South Tower was struck, it collapsed into dust. The unimaginable had happened. And at 10:28 a.m., the North Tower also crumbled. Within less than 2 hours, the iconic Twin Towers were gone, and Lower Manhattan was covered in smoke, fire, and rubble. The skyline of New York City had been forever changed. Part 6. The aftermath, 1.5 minutes. Nearly 3,000 people were killed that day, including office workers, airline passengers, firefighters, and police officers. Over 6,000 others were injured. The attacks triggered the U.S. War on Terror. The United States invaded Afghanistan, aiming to destroy Al-Qaeda and capture Osama bin Laden, the man behind the plot. It took nearly 10 years, but in 2011, U.S. forces finally found and killed bin Laden in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Ending. 1 minute. 9/11 was more than just an attack on America. It was a tragedy that changed the entire world. Airports became more secure, international politics shifted, and the fight against terrorism became global. Even today, decades later, the memory of 9/11 reminds us of how fragile life is, and how one day can change history forever. What do you think the world would look like today if 9/11 had never happened? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from history.